Right. Today's discussion covers a problem that human beings have been facing for the longest period of time, and to which, there is never a perfect solution. What would I not give to know the future? I would give everything to know the future. If you were to tell me that the information that you are giving me is perfect, is 100% correct, I would pay you for that. On a very lighter note, if somebody were to tell me कि पेपर में exactly क्या आने वाला है, and if that information comes in the paper, I mean, you have my money, bro. Instead of wasting so much money for every attempt and not clearing, people would just start paying money for the perfect information. Perfect information is what is likely to happen, knowing exactly that. Say, for example, there is uncertainty whether it will rain, whether it will not rain. Now, carrying an umbrella or wearing a raincoat is a matter of great hassle for me. So, if somebody were to tell me that, listen, Satyame, it is going to rain and it rains, and therefore I have carried an umbrella, I have taken care of myself. But if somebody tells me that, Satyame, it is not going to rain, and then it rains, and I have not carried an umbrella, I would get drenched, and that certainly that piece of information has not helped me to decide or do absolutely anything. So, the value of information cannot be undermined in any way. In a certain questions, in your exam, you will be asked to calculate the value of perfect information. To understand this, let's not beat around the bush or be theoretical about it. Let's do a good question. ठीक है, एक अच्छा क्वेश्चन करते हैं to understand what exactly does the term perfect information mean. This will look like a very simple question, and see, the first question that we'll do is a long question, as in the answer is in 2 lines, but we'll do a detailed explanation. And the second question we'll do using steps. Okay, the first one. What is the expected value of perfect information as to the state of the market? A company can make either of the two products X and Y, but not both. The probability of each product depends on the state of the market as follows. Market state could be good, fair, or poor. Profit from the product X and Y is given to you. Probability of market state zero point 0.2, zero point 0.5, zero point 0.3. Now, what is the meaning of all this, and what do you mean by value of the perfect information? Let's understand that. See, now, if I do not have perfect information, if I do not know what is going to happen in the future, I would basically, in such a situation, if somebody tells me, Satyamit, what would you do? Would you choose product X or would you choose product Y? I would say, okay, let me have a look at it. I have three possible scenarios and probabilities for each scenario. My response to the person would be, ki, listen, there are three scenarios possible. So let me calculate the expected value. Okay. If I do not have the, if I do not have perfect information, what is perfect information? We are going to dive into that deeper. Don't worry. That is indication of what exactly is going to be the state of the market. That is knowing exactly what is going to happen. If I do not have perfect information and I am asked to choose between two products X and Y, I would go with that product which gives me the highest profit. And the value of highest profit could be ascertained using what? Using the expected value, using the technique of expected value. ठीक है, अब what is the expected value of profit? How do you get expected value of anything? Expected value is sum of outcome into probability of outcome. ठीक है, आउटकम इनटू प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ आउटकम. ठीक है, सो एक्सपेक्टेड वैल्यू ऑफ profit from X. 20,000 is the profit when the market is good. The probability of good market is 0.2 or 20%. ठीक है. Then 15,000 is the profit when the market is fair. Probability is 0.5. And 6,000 is the probability, 6,000 is the profit when the market is poor, and the probability of a poor market is 0.3. What is the expected value of profit? 13,300. Similarly, if I were to calculate the expected value of profit from product Y, it would be 17,000 into 20%, then 16,000 into 0.5, and 7,000 into 0.3. It would give me a value of 13,500. So if I do not have perfect information, I will calculate expected profit for both and decide to choose product X because it gives me a higher value of profit. ठीक है, just have a look at the expected value calculation. Let's understand what is the meaning of the term perfect information. Knowing exactly what is going to happen is having perfect information. My issue is not that the market could be good, fair, or poor. That is not my problem. My problem is that the market is fair and I end up see, market is fair. Okay. So I should have chosen product Y, but I end up choosing product X. That is my problem. Okay. So perfect in or market is poor. In a poor market condition, I should have chosen product Y, but I end up choosing product X because of the expected value analysis. So somewhere that is my concern ki I will not make the right decision because I don't have correct information. And what does perfect information to me? Perfect information means that the market is good and I know that it is going to be good. The market is going to be fair and I know that it is going to be fair. Or the market is going to be poor and I know that the market is going to be poor. If I know that the market is going to be good, no questions asked, I will pick product X. If I know that the market is going to be fair, I will straight away choose product Y because it gives me a higher profit. And if I know with 100% conviction from someone कि भाई यही होने वाला है, someone tells me that listen Satyam, the market is going to be poor, huh? So I will not think twice. I will not bat an eyelid. I will straight away go and choose product Y over product X. My issue is not that my issue is not that I don't know what the market condition is going to be. My issue is that I will not be able to make the right decision because of this, constantly changing market conditions. When market is good and I know that and I know it, I will choose product X, which gives me 20,000 ka profit. ठीक है. If I know, if I have perfect information and market is going to be fair, I know that the market is going to be fair, I will end up choosing product Y. And when I choose product Y, it will give me around 16,000 worth of profit. And that would be the right decision to take in the परफेक्ट इन्फो. मार्केट फेयर है और मुझे पता है कि मार्केट फेयर है, तो आई एम गोइंग टू टेक द राइट डिसीजन एंड आई विल गो अहेड ओनली विथ प्रोडक्ट Y. I will not even think of product X. So this is how I would describe the perfect information scenario. Had you known with 100% certainty that market condition is going to be good, you would have straight up chosen product X only over product Y as it gives you a higher profit. Had you known with 100% certainty that market condition is going to be fair, you would have straight up chosen product Y over X. आप सोचते ही नहीं ना, आप सीधे सीधे अगर आपको पता है कि क्या होने वाला है, so naturally you would, choose that decision only. What perfect information means just that. Perfect information means market is good and I know it. Obviously, if I know it, I'm going to use this knowledge and pick up product X because it gives me more profit. Market is fair and I know it. So naturally, I'm going to choose product Y as it gives me more profit. And market is poor
You are
and
not recording.
uh-huh,
You are not recording this one.
I'm recording.
Okay.
Yes, I'm recording. Thank God, I was worried. सो परफेक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन मीन्स आपको परफेक्टली पता है कि क्या होने वाला है. ठीक है. अब व्हेन मार्केट इज गुड and I know that the market is good, I end up choosing product X. What is the probability of market being good? 20%. What is the probability of market being fair? The probability of market being fair is 15 नहीं, कितना परसेंट था? 50%. Probability of market being poor is 30%. Market being okay, market being fair, and market being poor. Okay, so perfect information scenario is जो होने वाला है वो पता है. I Market is good and I know that the market is going to be good. Market is fair and I know that the market is going to be fair. Now, under these circumstances, what would be the expected value of my profit? Outcome into probability of outcome. I'm going to choose, if the market is good, I will end up choosing product X, jiska outcome is 20,000. What is the probability of outcome? 20%. Then market is going to be fair and I list down the probability of that as 50%. And when the market is fair, what outcome will I choose? When the market is fair, I will choose product Y, जिसका value है 16,000 into 0.5. And market अगर poor है, and of course I, because of perfect knowledge of the market, perfect information about the market, I end up choosing product Y and not product X. कितना आएगा profit? Profit will be 7,000 into 0.3. So how much will this give me? This will give me a number of 14,100. So if I take the right decision, having perfect knowledge of the market, if I take the right decision, I will choose product X in a good market condition, product Y in a fair market condition, product Y in a poor market condition, और तीनों cases में I know the amount of profit it is going to yield me, so I get my expected value of profit using that information. Sense that.
Sir,
Yes.
please stop the recording.
We were talking about perfect information, knowing exactly what is going to happen and taking a decision accordingly. So, if I had the perfect information, my profit would have jumped to 14,100. Perfect information doesn't mean कि market is always going to be good. No, perfect information doesn't mean that. What it means is that if the market conditions are good, you know well in advance that the market conditions are good, and accordingly you choose the product with the highest profit under those conditions. What it means is that if the market conditions are poor, you know well in advance that the market conditions are poor and you choose the product accordingly. Perfect information का ये मतलब नहीं है कि market is going to be amazing. Perfect information means whatever the market is going to be, I know exactly that situation and I'm going to make my decision accordingly. So, with perfect information, I was earning a profit. Sorry, without perfect information, I was using the regular expected value method and picking the higher between X and Y. With perfect information, my expected value of profit is 14,100. Okay, so knowing perfect knowing exactly what is going to happen, how much extra money is it giving me, how much more profit do I earn with perfect information? I earn 600 extra profit with perfect information. So if somebody comes to me and says, Satyamed, I know exactly what is going to happen, and I can tell you that uh, how much will you pay me? I can pay you a maximum of 600 for that information. See, because even without having perfect knowledge about the market, I am still earning 600. है ना? Even without having perfect knowledge of the market, I'm still earning, sorry, not 600, I'm still earning 13,500. तो ये जो ज्यादा का इंफॉर्मेशन, ये जो perfect market knowledge है, उससे how much money was I able to earn? I was able to earn an additional 600, 14,100 मिला. ठीक है. So it is very important that I keep in mind कि this perfect information की भी एक value होती है. Say for example your score is, somebody's score is stuck at 48. Okay, 48 marks का पेपर आता है, आगे का नहीं आता. Now how much does this person need to clear? He needs only 2 marks to clear, right? So that is the, that information is worth that much only. Here, if I have to bargain with the person who is trying to give me this information, what I can do with that is I can tell him ki listen, this information that I am giving you, इसका वैल्यू 600 है. ठीक है, सॉरी, दिस पर्सन विल टेल मी कि चल मुझे 6,000 दे. बट माई रिस्पॉन्स टू दैट पर्सन विल बी कि लिसन, विद द इंफॉर्मेशन कमिंग फ्रॉम यू, द मैक्सिमम आई एम एबल टू अर्न इज 600. सो वाई शुड आई पे यू 6,000? I will say no for, such unreasonable demands. So perfect information is basically, if everything goes a certain way and I know in advance that it is going to go a certain way, kitna paisa extra I will be able to earn. That is the value of perfect information. What benefit I derive is maximum 600. बिना perfect information के भी तो मैं 13,500 earn कर ही रहा था. With perfect information I am earning 14,100. So the value of this perfect information for me is only इट्स ओनली अबाउट 600. उससे ज्यादा का वैल्यू नहीं है. ठीक है. there's one more question that I want to do. This is a section B question from the Kaplan kit, basically. ठीक है. Milo runs a cafeteria situated on the ground floor of a large corporate office block. Each of the 5 floors of the building are occupied, and there are a total of 1240 employees. Milo sells lunches and snacks in the cafeteria. The lunch menu is freshly prepared each morning, and Milo has to decide how many meals to make each day. As the office block is located in the city center, there are several other places situated around the building where staff can buy their lunch. So the level of demand for lunches in the cafeteria is uncertain. Milo has analyzed daily sales over the previous 6 months and established 4 possible demand levels and their associated probabilities. He has produced the following payoff table to show the daily profit. Demand is 450 and you are supplying 450. Demand is 450, you are supplying 620. Demand is 620, you are supplying 775. We know this particular table. Why? Because something similar we had prepared when we were understanding how to construct a payoff table. ठीक है. पहले perfect information वाला देखते हैं and then we'll see what the scenario leads to. The Human Resources Department has offered to undertake some research to help Milo to predict the number of employees who will require lunch in the cafeteria each day. This information will allow Milo to prepare an accurate number of lunches each day. What is the maximum amount which Milo would be willing to pay for this information to the nearest whole dollar? ठीक है. अब perfect information. What is perfect information? First of all, let's try to find out कि with perfect information, how much profit do you get? Perfect information is does not mean कि भाई 960 units sell होंगे. That is not perfect information. Perfect information impact. ठीक है. The demand is going to be 450. You know it, and so you supply एग्जैक्टली 450. सी, एक बात ऑब्जर्व करो आप, ठीक है? डिमांड इज 450 एंड 450 आर सप्लाइड, प्रॉफिट इज 1170. डिमांड इज 620 एंड 620 आर सप्लाइड, प्रॉफिट इज 1612. देखो, highest profit at this range is 1612. Demand is 775 and you supply 775, 2015. Demand is 960 and you supply 960, the profit is going to be 2496. You know exactly कि demand is going to be 960 and hence you supply 960 exactly, and you get the best possible profit. ठीक है? So that is what the impact of perfect information is. The demand is going to be 620 and you supply exactly 620. The demand is going to be 775 and you supply exactly 775, because somebody comes and that person whispers in your ear कि listen, आज का demand 960 है, तो you also supply 960. Because आज का demand 960 है and you supply 620, तो profit कम मिलेगा. And perfect information का objective ही है कि यार आपको best possible scenario ऑलरेडी बता के रखना है कि what is going to happen today. I'm going coming and telling it to you secretly, and you are deciding basis that. Demand is going to be 450, you know it, and you supply exactly 450. Profit कितना मिलेगा? 1170. Demand is going to be 620 and you supply exactly 620, not more, not less. You will get the best possible profit, 1612. Demand is 775, you supply 775, you get 2015. And demand is 960, you supply 960, it is going to be 2496. सो परफेक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन डजंट मीन कि भाई 960 डिमांड होने वाला है. दैट इज आइडियल वर्ल्ड सिनेरियो. वी डोंट वांट दैट. परफेक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन मीन्स जो होने वाला है वो मुझे पता है या मुझे बताया गया है. सो उसके हिसाब से आई एम टेकिंग द डिसीजन. इफ somebody comes and tell me कि सत्यमेव listen, I know that today is a weekly off on account of whatever छुट्टी, so there will be less number of people in the premises, so सिर्फ 450 units का ही demand आएगा. So I will supply only 450 lunches, and that way I will have the best possible profit. And when the profit is this way, what is the probability of having a demand level of 450? 0.15. What is the probability of having a demand level of 620? 0.30. What is the probability of having a demand level of 775? 0.40. And what is the probability of having a demand level of 960? 0.15. So now if I need the expected value, how exactly do I perfect information? 450 का डिमांड होने का प्रोबेबिलिटी है 15%, और somebody comes and tell me कि देख आज 450 का डिमांड आएगा, एंड आई सप्लाई 450, प्रॉफिट आया 1170, एंड probability of hitting a demand level of 450 is 15%. So I get my, if I had the perfect information, my profit would have been 1839.50. नाउ आई एंटरटेन कि चलो भाई परफेक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन तो मिलना चाहिए, बट यार परफेक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है तो आई विल हैव टू बी कंटेंट विद वॉट एवर इंफॉर्मेशन आई हैव. सपोज नो बडी इज कमिंग एंड विस्परिंग इन टू माई ईयर कि सत्य में देख ये होने वाला है. नो बडी इज कमिंग एंड डूइंग दैट. सो हाउ डू आई टैकल दिस सिनेरियो? व्हाट आई टेल द अदर पर्सन इज कि यार चल अब बता क्या करना है. ठीक है? देन आई लुक एट a demand level of 450. I look at the supply level and I use this information to decide. Now, when 450 lunches are supplied, there is क्या क्या हो सकता है? Let's understand, okay? Say I do not have perfect information and I don't know what is going to happen, and I decide to supply 620 lunches. Now, what are the possible outcomes? I decide to supply 620 lunches. What are the possible outcomes? I supply 600. That is the supply level. What are the possible outcomes? Demand is 450 is one outcome. Another outcome is demand is 620. Another outcome is demand is 775. एक another outcome is demand is 960. ठीक है. I decide to supply 620 lunches, demand is 450. I decide to supply 620 lunches, demand is 960. ये चार possible outcomes है. I decide to supply 620 lunches, demand is 450, profit is going to be 980. I decide to supply 620 lunches, demand is 620, my profit is going to be 1612. I decide to supply 620 lunches, demand is 775, my profit is going to be 1612. I decide to supply 620 lunches, demand is 960, my profit is 1612. And what are the probabilities of each outcome? 0.15, 0.30, 0.40 and 0.15. ये मेरे probabilities है. तो now if I when I supply 620 lunches, what is the expected value of profit? The expected value of profit 1517. Now, I do not have perfect information and I decide to supply, say, 775 lunches. क्या क्या outcomes है? 810, then 1395, then 2015, 2015. ठीक है. थोड़ा सा ना इसको मैं राइट में शिफ्ट करता हूं. Now again say I do not have perfect information and I decide to supply 450 lunches. तो कितना प्रॉफिट है? 1170 in all cases. Last situation. ये चार. अब आई डोंट हैव परफेक्ट इन्फॉर्मेशन ना, तो मैं चारों सिचुएशन इवेल्युएट कर रहा हूं, ट्राइंग टू कम टू टर्म्स विद कि यार इसके बेसिस पे मे बी आई विल बी एबल टू डिसाइड. आई डिसाइड टू सप्लाई हाउ मच? 960, 740, 1290, 1785, 2496. ठीक है. नाउ आई वॉन्ट यू टू फोकस ऑन दीज फोर नंबर्स. ठीक है. एक, दो, तीन, चार. I want you to focus on these four numbers. What does it tell you? It tells you कि when I don't have perfect information and I supply 450 lunches, expected value of profit is 1170. I don't have perfect information and I supply 620. What is the profit? 1517, 1648 and 1586. Now, see, supply is my decision variable. I can control supply. I don't know how to control demand. वो मेरे control में नहीं है. So, ये चार सिनेरियोज में से see when I don't have perfect information, मैं चारों का expected value I will calculate and then I will come to a conclusion that listen bro, this is the outcome, that this is the situation that gives me the best possible outcome. So जब मेरे पास perfect information नहीं है, I should supply how many lunches? I should supply 775 lunches. How many lunches should I supply? 775. ठीक है. If I supply 775 lunches, then I get the highest expected profit. Perfect information जब नहीं है तो highest expected profit is 1648. When I have perfect information, the highest expected profit is 1839. तो perfect information के वजह से कितना excess profit am I able to earn? I am able to earn 191.25 का excess profit. What is the value of perfect information rounded off to the nearest dollar? It is 1191. This is the value of my perfect information. So this is how you calculate the value of perfect information. पहले profit, if I had the perfect information वो निकालो. Then expected profit when I do not have the perfect information वो निकालो. How do you calculate that? All possible supply scenarios, उसका expected value you calculate. You will get to pick one answer and then compare it with the value when you have perfect information available. उन दोनों का difference is your value of perfect information. ठीक है. So now if I were to give this to you in simple steps, okay, so how would I do that? Let's understand. Step one, first of all, calculate expected profit when you do not have perfect information. Now, यहाँ पे say if you have two products that can be made. ठीक है. Say if you have two products that can be made, calculate the expected value of profit for each product under expected value of profit for each product and choose the product with the higher value of expected profit. ठीक है. Profit when you do not have perfect information. Step 2. Step 2 is calculate expected value of profit when you have perfect information. ठीक है. When you do have perfect information. So for each scenario, ठीक है, each scenario that is or conditions not in your control. Conditions not in your control. Choose the product with the highest profit. अब जैसे if this were to be my sample question, taking this as the sample, for each scenario, conditions not in your control, choose the product with the highest profit. What is not in my control? If that is the question, what is not in my control, I would say it is the market state. Market state is not in my control. For each scenario, for good market state, pick the product with highest profit, which is X. For poor market state, sorry, for fair market state, pick the product with the highest profit, Y. And for poor market state, pick the product with the highest profit, Z. ठीक है. Z है ही नहीं यहाँ पे, फिर Y आएगा. Pick the product with the highest profit, Y. Now take the expected value of this. And step 3, value of perfect information is step 2 minus step 1. That is the value of perfect information. ठीक है. So it's critical, it's important that you take this point into consideration when you are calculating the value of perfect information.